I've done a lot of videos recently about Black Sabbath and Scorpions and AC/DC, but I will always come back to the masters, and that's Kiss. I'm going to talk about Kiss today. I know I did Dynasty not too long ago, but that almost didn't count because that was a kind of a bonus one, a used one that I found at El Chopo that I wasn't expecting to buy, wasn't really looking for. I am looking for the original, a brand new version of Dynasty, because I want that poster. And I want the thrill of opening a new Kiss record, as I'm going to do today with Unmasked. And there are some other Kiss. This, I think, is going to be the last Kiss one I do. Some of you are going to be happy about this. This might be the last Kiss one that I do for a long time. I've pretty much got all the ones, all the main ones. I've got the debut, Dress to Kill, Alive, Rock and Roll Over, Destroyer, Creatures of the Night, Revenge, Monster. I'll get, if I can find Hot in the Shade, which sucks, and if I can find Crazy Nights, which sucks, and The Elder, which sucks, if I can find those, I'll buy them. But the ones that I really want now, that I want to find new, are Hotter Than Hell. Love Gun is let's go in order. Love Gun is number one. I got to find that new. I would love to find Love Gun new. Hotter Than Hell. Those would complete the classic 6 studio albums. Not Unmasked. That's what I'm going to do right now, if I get to it. Alive 2. I found a used copy of that also at El Chopo the same day I found Dynasty. And I would like to find, as I said, a new Dynasty. And then Lick It Up. I would like to get Asylum. And I've also got Animalize. But those ones, especially Love Gun, I've been watching it for months, 3 months on Amazon, and the price hasn't changed at all. Sometimes it disappears, it's gone, it says unavailable, then it comes back a few weeks later and it's just like 3 times what I'm willing to pay for it. So I don't think I'm going to get Love Gun for a long time. And Alive 2 I've never seen on Amazon, it's always listed as unavailable, so I don't think I'm going to get that. If anybody has any tips, if you can find them somewhere, let me know. I doubt that I'll be able to buy them wherever you live, but let me know. So today I'm going to talk about Unmasked, and it will be a real unboxing, probably to the chagrin of Mike Pratt. He doesn't like the unboxings, but this one will be a true unboxing, because let me show it here. I got this from Amazon, I guess a few weeks ago, and as you can see, I didn't open it, but I was able to pry it apart like this, and that seems sexual, no? Doesn't it, to open something vertical like that? I don't know. And I could use my good eye, or my good eye. I have 2 good eyes. I can look and I can see that it's unmasked. So I didn't have to worry about any problems with this. If you've watched my recent turmoil with Amazon, I've had a lot of trouble with them. But they got this one right. Unless, the only possibility would be if this is the German logo, which I will have nothing to do with. This will go right back if that's the case. But I don't think it will be. So I'm going to open that in a minute. But first I'll talk about my general thoughts on Unmasked. I'm not sure what to think of this album. I think over the years, I've always liked it. I would even say at some points I loved it. But I think in more recent, maybe even in the last year or so, maybe I don't like it as much as I thought I did. I still like it. Maybe the best way I can describe this album is I like every song. There's not one song on it that I dislike, not one song that I think this song sucks. But there's also not one song that I go, oh my God, this is in the upper echelon of Kiss songs for me. So they're all, I think for me they're all good to very good songs, but nothing that really captures my attention. And it is a very strange album. The more I listen to it and the more the time passes, it's become very easy to see, and I've known this all along. But I guess it's taken me a while to really come to terms with it. How different this really is from the classic, the 6 studio albums that came before that. I think this kind of started with the solo albums where they started. Although generally speaking, I really like or even love this. At least Jeans and Aces are fucking awesome. I would put those up against any Kiss album. but that was where things started to change for Kiss. And I think Unmasked, obviously it had a very, I know a lot of people like to say, it's a good record, it's not a good Kiss record. I don't care about that. I don't even know quite what that means. Do people think that because it's different that they should have gone by a different band name or something? So I think it is a good record. It's very, obviously, everybody knows this. It is very popular. There's a lot of keyboards on it. Something that over the years has kind of bothered me a little bit about it, and I maybe shouldn't care about this. It's just very, very, it's not, and maybe this is what people need, it's not really a Kiss album. Like, I don't know if there's one song that I know for a fact there's not one song that all four of them played on, because Peter Criss didn't hit the drums at all on this album. Zero. He was on it. His face, his picture was on the cover. He was credited, but he didn't play one lick or one hit on this album. And I think the rest of the songs, or all the songs, I don't know if there's even one song where the other three, Ace, Gene, and Paul, if there's even one that they all played on. I think Ace, he has 3 songs, Talk to Me, Two Sides of the Coin, and Torpedo Girl. On all 3 of those songs, he played guitar, obviously, bass, and sang. Paul and Gene had nothing to do with any of those, so those are really almost more like Ace solo songs. I think Gene's songs, I don't know, you can't trust the credits on this album, but in Kiss circles, things have come out that everybody knows who played on what. I think Paul Stanley also played bass on a couple of the songs that he wrote and that he sings. And so it's a very, very, I can understand why people don't like this album. I like it, but I really, really understand if people say this album stinks. I would even say it does stink. In the grand picture of Kiss, this album stinks. As the guy, which I'll show shortly if I can get to it, the guy in the cover kind of mentioned that. And I was talking with my friend Paul from Rusty Eye, the band Rusty Eye. I was talking with him recently, and he mentioned something about, he sent me a link to, I don't know if it was Classic Rock Magazine or, Metal Hammer or something like this. It was an article from I guess, some of the writers from whatever the magazine was. One of the questions was, what was the last great Kiss album? And like I said, for me, Love Gun, but if you divide Kiss into kind of categories, the classic albums, and then the experimental albums, Dynasty, Unmasked, and The Elder, and then their 80s albums, and and then the last couple albums, let's say even from Revenge, Psycho Circus, Sonic Boom and Monster. If you categorize them like that, Revenge was maybe the last great Kiss album, but this period of Kiss really stunk. This 3-album stretch, I've talked before about, I think, how some bands, Motorhead had Ace of Spades, Bomber, Overkill. That was the wrong order. It was Overkill, Bomber, Ace of Spades. And, Metallica had Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, or, you could even extend it to Justice for All. These 3 Kiss albums are like the worst. Dynasty, Unmasked, and Elder, what a stinky stretch that was. That's what I think. So that's it. So I'm gonna open this up now, and my only hope, God, I hope that it's not the German logo. I'm sure it won't be. Terrible packaging. Notice that it doesn't say frustration free, and I'm already frustrated. So now I have to tear it from the other end. Oh, I can. Oh. Maybe I tore it the wrong way. Maybe that was my problem. All right, and I should say I'm very excited to have this too. This is, again, it is a Kiss record that I had back at the time when it came out. I don't think I got it on the very first day. Maybe not even the first week, or maybe not even the first month, but I did have this when it was a new album, and I had it on CD, but I'm very, very happy to have this, and I'm about to look at it. Oh, it's opening from the bottom. Oh. Okay, it is the proper Kiss logo. There it is there. Oh, man. Now, let me talk quickly about this album cover. I think this is a fantastic album cover. I don't know where it stands in the... have I used the word echelon before? I'm not sure where it stands in the echelon of Kiss album covers. Generally, as the albums were good, the covers were good. The cover of Revenge sucks, although that was a good album. Monster really sucks. Horrible album cover. Dynasty was pretty good. So this album is maybe not the best, but this album cover, it's fantastic. I love, maybe because I saw, you know, if you'd never seen this or heard this before and you saw this, you go, this sucks. It looks like a comic. Well, yeah, I was 10 years old when this album came out, and I was into comics, and maybe I liked that it was, you know, drawn as a comic strip. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved it. Look at all the colors on it. There's purple and red and green and yellow, and all the colors of the rainbow are on this album cover. I like that it had, you know, some dialogue. The reporter is talking to Kiss, and then here's the guy here. I still say they stink. Great Kiss album cover. This is the poster. I'm sure the poster is inside, which I'm going to show. And I had this poster at the time, and the Dynasty poster, I had them hanging on my wall when I was 9 and 10 years old, and then for many years after. So I'm excited to see the poster. And there's the back, if I hadn't shown that. I think this is just regular, standard black vinyl. Same hype sticker as all the other Kiss records. Just says 180 gram audiophile vinyl. First US vinyl pressing since 1985 editions. All right. And as you may know, I always take a picture, go outside and take a picture of the hype sticker. So I'm going to go do that now, and then I'm going to continue the track by track. All right, I'm going to open it up now and see this poster for the first time in, I don't know how long, decades. And I don't know why I'm so excited about the poster. I'll get to that in a second. I will say I got this from Amazon, those bastards. And this kind of came out of nowhere. I'd seen this. It was always listed on Amazon, but it was either way too expensive, or it said it was listed but unavailable. And this was Amazon Mexico. Or what was the other thing? Or it was listed, but I had to pay for a delivery because it wasn't eligible for Prime. And then one day, magically, it was eligible for Prime, and it was cheap. This was like 450 pesos, I think, around there, 500, somewhere around there. So I got it right away. So here we go. Now I was going to say about the poster. I don't know why I'm so excited about the poster. It's not like I'm going to hang it on my wall or get it framed or anything. So I'm going to, just like with, what else did I get recently? Something I had that had a poster. I guess I'm going to look at it right now and put it back in the record. And then when I listen to it, maybe I'll look at the poster again. And then I put the record away. And then the poster just sits in here. So I don't know why I'm so excited. Yet I am. So here it is. And I guess the packaging inside will be, I mean, the inner sleeve, I guess will be just that white plain. I remember this record, the original version had nothing inside. It was just that cellophane or clear plastic, whatever it was. This is, I'll get to the poster in a second. Hey, it does have the, this is cool. This is, again, kind of a meaningless thing, but I do like it that it had, the original record did have, the same as what the poster is and what my shirt has. It has it on the record label, so I like that. And yeah, it is just black vinyl, and there it is. All right, cool. And now the poster. Oof, there it is. Let me see. Oh, even just looking at it like this, I'm getting all a tingly. Oh my God. It's no wonder people loved Kiss back then. They did cool stuff like this. Look at that beauty. Isn't that amazing? Ah! Well, let me take a good look at it. Oh yeah. Yeah, what color? I mentioned that before, but that the colors are so vibrant. And it's got the Casablanca logo, Casablanca, down there at the bottom. Very cool. So I look forward to having this stuck inside the record sleeve and never seeing it again, but I was very happy for about 30 seconds there. So going through this track by track, now this is one of the ones that the track listing on the sleeve is not correct. No, it's not. And I've talked about this before. I'm not sure why they do that. My friend Chris McClernand, who played on Saigon Kick, he said that it could be just the art department does whatever they want. It could be aesthetics, that they just think the song titles look better, you know, like this rather than the running order. He said it could be that the track listing was not finalized by the time the record was finished, something like that. But so I will use the actual record for the track listing. I know the first three. This takes 4 to get to Gene songs. It's Is That You, Shandy. What's the first A song? Is it Talk to Me or no? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it is Talk to Me, and then Gene. So the first song, Is That You? Oh my God, when I was a kid, I loved this song. For me, that song was as good as anything. I didn't, even at the time, didn't like Dynasty as much. I like this way better. And actually, I should mention before I get to track by track, when I did all my stupid Kiss album rankings a year ago, whenever that was, I had this at number 10 out of 24. So closer to the top than the bottom. And I guess that's probably just about right. I don't know what 9, 8, and 7 were. Oh yeah, probably Gene's solo album, Ace's solo album. But yeah, when I was a kid, Is That You? Now this was written by G. McMahon. I think G is Gerald McMahon. Nobody in Kiss wrote this song. This guy, Jerry, whatever his name is, McMahon, wrote it. And I think that is a Paul Stanley song, of course, because he sang it. Loved it, and I still like it now. I think it's a great song. Maybe it's not a true Kiss song. This was around the time when they started using outside writers, which maybe really started with the 1978 soul albums. Cats drooling on the bar stool, shake your hips and crack your whips. Cheap 17 and trashed out, you went too far. I think that's a fantastic, we'll call it a Kiss song. I think it's a great Kiss song. Next is Shandy. This was the single from the record, and it's kind of ballady. It's kind of a love song, poppy. I like it. It's not my favorite, but I never had a problem with Shandy. They had a video for it. Peter Criss played in the video, although he never played on the record. Anton Fig played drums, and Shandy it's fine. I've never heard them play it live. I think they only do it when they play in Australia. Oh, and it is Talk to Me this next. This is one of 3 Ace songs. Now maybe this started with Dynasty, the album before, that Ace had 3 songs and Gene had 2 on Dynasty. Well, Ace has 3 again on this. Gene has 3, so he stepped it up. Gene was way better on this album than Dynasty. I would say, it's very easy to compare those 2 albums because they both had kind of a similar sound. Outside writers, they weren't really a band. They were out like a year apart. I think Paul's songs on Dynasty and Unmasked are pretty even. I would give a little nod to Unmasked for Paul Stanley. Ace had on Dynasty at 2009, which is a cover, Hard Times and Save Your Love. On this, he's got Is That You, Torpedo Girl, and Talk to Me. I'd say Ace is a little bit better on this one. Gene is much better. He had only 2 X-Ray Eyes and Charisma. I think all 3 of these songs are better than, my least favorite Gene song on Unmasked is better than X-Ray Eyes, which is my least favorite of his 2 that were on Dynasty. Did I make sense there? So yeah, Talk to Me, I think it's a great song. I think they did play that live. They didn't tour much behind this album. This tour was a complete flop, but they did do it. Good song, Talk to Me. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I just wanna talk to you. Girl, I wish you knew the way I felt. You'd think I'm silly, that it's infatuation. So we better get together soon. Because I need you, girl. I can't stand the frustration, something like that. Pretty cheesy lyrics, as Ace, as we discovered later, had a tendency for. Because up to this point, he only had his solo album and Shock Me. But I like Talk to Me. Gene only makes his first appearance on the 4th song, Naked City. This song is okay. It's maybe my least favorite of the 3 Gene songs on this album. It's okay. It's fine. And this was written by who? Gene, R. Kulick, Bob Kulick, P. Castro. I don't know who that is. I wonder if he's related to Dennis Castro, Fidel's brother, Dennis. Vinnie Poncia, the producer of this record. And then the last song on side 1 is What Makes the World Go Round. That's a great Paul Stanley song, co-written with Vinnie Poncia. And I found I found out what makes the world go round. You came up to me. It's a great poppy, fun, good, catchy Kiss song. Yes, I give my stamp of approval to What Makes the World Go Round. A lot of keyboards in that song. And you know what? Something else about this album, I don't think there are any guitar solos, are there? I mean, just off the top of my head, there must be something, maybe some little leads or something, but this is not a guitar album. Side 2 is Tomorrow. I didn't know just what to do. I couldn't seem to take my eyes off you. You know, I wanted just to take you home, but that's not your style. Or, you know, I wanted to take you home, but that's not my style. Another great poppy, this was Vinnie Poncia too. Yeah, Paul Stanley and Vinnie Poncia. Great song. Paul Stanley really hit it on this album. Two sides of the, I won't sing that. Two sides of the coin to choose from. Two sides of the coin, they are mine. Two sides of the coin, I'm getting weary. Which one should I choose? I need time. Choose one! Again, very cheesy, but undeniably a catchy song by Ace. And that's an Ace solo song. He's the only one credited for this. And as I said, he played all the guitars, bass, and sang on this. She's So European, the second of Gene's songs, co-written with Vinnie Poncia. She walks in like a lady with a glass of pink champagne. I wouldn't look if you paid me, because to me she's still the same. And then the keyboards, those happy sounding keyboards come in. It's also pretty good. I like it maybe a little bit better than Naked City. And as I said, all three of Gene's songs are better than Charisma. Sorry, not Charisma is okay. It's X-Ray Eyes that I don't really care for too much on Dynasty. Easy As It Seems is next. This is another Paul Stanley, Vinnie Poncia. It's hard for me to, as I said earlier, probably much earlier, there's nothing, I don't dislike any of these songs. There's not really one that stands out. Usually I can pick a clear favorite or, you know, among two or three. It's hard for me to pick a favorite here. Easy As It Seems might be one. I like that bass intro, which is not Gene Simmons. I think that's Paul that plays bass on that. I hear, how's that? What's the lyric? I can't remember. But then later it's, I hear you're sleeping with one of my friends. Tell me why. I want to know the reason why. It's easy as it seems. Yeah, maybe that's a favorite. Next is Ace's third song. This is credited to Ace and Vinnie Poncia, Torpedo Girl. This was among my favorites when I was a kid. It's turned out, as I think now, to be pretty cheesy. But I like it. Is it a pretty girl up on the bridge? Could this be a dream? I don't know. And that's clearly, now I didn't know it at the time, but I think more than any song on this record, that's clearly not Gene playing that bass. That doom 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 doom. It's Ace, definitely not Gene. I was 10 years old when this album came out. What do you want? But maybe it's a retro bias. I know that's not Gene. And then the last song is You're All That I Want. This is Gene and Vinnie Poncia. So Vinnie Poncia co-wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs. 8 out of 11. That's a lot. I don't know what his involvement was, but his name is all over this record, including as producer. So You're All That I Want, a nice tender side of Gene. You're all that I want. You're all that I need. You're all that I want. You're all that I need. You're my dream come true. You're all that I want. You're the only girl I've been dreaming of. You're the only girl I've been dreaming of. You're the only woman I've ever loved. I want you to believe it's true. There's nothing I would rather do. My heart belongs to you and no one else. Oh, Gene, you're so sensitive. But I like that song. I think I've never heard anybody say that they love this song. I think I've seen people say that they hate it. But I would say for me it's my favorite Gene song on this record. So I'll put this away. And oh, you know what? I didn't remove the cellophane, or what do you call this plastic wrap? To show it in its unshiny form. So there it is there, nice and matte. Very, very nice. Again, I'll say how much I love this album cover. Just there's so much to look at. It tells a story. It's got a a little story to it, some dialogue. It's fantastic, fantastic. So there it is, Kiss Unmasked. A very uneven Kiss record, but as I said, I think I'm closer to liking it than disliking it. Give me your hate down below. Tell me how much you think Unmasked stinks. All right, because I know this is not a very popular Kiss album, but I really like it. That has been Kiss Unmasked.